Hello, everyone. There you are, brother.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. From New York City to High Paradise.
Yes. Thank you. Greetings back. Greetings back from my lovely paradise.
Yes. So I would like to introduce you for many people that maybe don't know your work. I know that you get around quite well, and there's a lot of friends out there that are happy to see you. And your work really inspires me.
Mm.
How you've brought a lot of insight with my clients, with myself, with my family. I had you do a reading for my mother recently, which
Hmm.
came just in time for our quarantine experiment.
Yeah, there's no better time to step into the experiment right now when we're all being stopped. Something I told for many years that this is going to happen, and this is basically a test for all of us to wake up and step into our own authority and make our own decisions. And this is what human design does. Human design is the cure, and human design diet is the vaccine. So
Amazing.
there is nothing, so many people otherwise also are just like, okay, this is our time. Now we need to step into our own authority. People need to start making decisions for ourselves.
Yeah.
Get out of the programming. We are being programmed. Thank you for being able to shed my light on all of you. But we are in this program, everybody. So
Yeah.
we need to get out of this. We need to wake up and basically become our own authorities. And this is what human design teaches us, to live from the body. And it's now more important than anywhere else to really feel what our bodies feel, what is healthy for us. So
Yes.
we, human design, teach people to come from an authority, something in their bodies, the chakra that tells us what is healthy. And basically, we are here to listen to that now, to listen to our bodies, to come from our bodies, to know from your body if you want to go somewhere, if that is really going to be healthy, if it's okay for you to go there. And this is what we teach with human design, to come from your
Yeah.
body, to come from your authority. So it's
Yes.
really now the time to get into your experiment very deep and get out of the programming, get out of the mind, and really feel your body. And yeah, we are here to
Exactly.
do that as
Well,
projectors and reflectors.
yeah, well, as a dancer, on my mission is to get people into their body, this embodiment. And that's why
Mhm.
I respect so much the strategies of human design, because it takes people out of the matrix, it takes people out of the expectation of our society, and reminds people about themselves, like where they can be the most authentic. So
Yeah,
maybe you can introduce us to the different profiles, and then we'll go from there.
well, basically, profiles is types actually, and there are four
Types.
types of design. And yeah, well, we have the manifestor, who is the movie star, and yeah, they are here to really do things, and it's very important that we activate them. We have 70% of humanity; they are the generators, the superstars. And yeah, we are the coaches as projectors. We have projectors and reflectors. The projectors are here to coach people, to help people, to show people who they are. They are here basically designed to look into other people. It's their talent to be focused on the other. And the generator is here to, yeah, find themselves, work with themselves, be a master, do the same thing over and over again, and be disciplined in that. They are the great musicians. They are the great stars and the athletes, the superstars that are out there on the field. These are the generators, and yeah, they need to find their passion. And human design shows you their passion and shows you that talent. And yeah, we have these projectors there to help them. And yeah, human design is really not something for generators. I really like to tell that to all the generators out there. It's really a job for projectors. And you are here, you've been doing human design your whole life. Every projector has been doing human design their whole life. They just didn't know it was human design. They tried to find some kind of way to help other people, to coach other people, to find some way to look into the other and help them. And there's no more specified program than human design to see what the talents are for other people. So we can read them through open sacrals. And the whole business of human design is having this open sacral, like all reflectors and projectors and manifestors have. And this is how we read these other people. And this is the whole business. Anybody can read a book or can know something about human design, but the real business is sitting in front of somebody and feeling that sacral center coming into you. And we start absorbing them, and we start to find information. And that open sacral center is a place of magic, and it can do its magic, and that's the magic of human design.
And this is something that really interests me because working with people in different moments of their lives, I can
Mm,
see how a lot of people are feeling things, like
mm,
many projectors coming to me, and I notice that they're feeling things and they're feeling that it's coming from them, that something's wrong with them.
mm.
Meanwhile, they're actually picking it up from the others.
Yes. So let's give a big thank you to all the reflectors out there, 70 million of us absorbing
Thank
all the
you.
stuff and absorbing and sending it to the big program for doing all that work. Thank you. And thank you
Yeah.
for having me here. Thank you for doing this. I'm really honored. And yeah, I find it quite something to talk about the sacredness of human design. It's really some sacred tool. It's really some magic tool. It comes from a magical island. It's a magical map that shows us our magically selves. So thank you for that. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's really time now to get out of the programming. And we are all programmed. We're programmed with lies. We're living on an old program. Our bodies are hard disks, and they've been taking in programs. And this is what you're all doing. You're feeding yourself now more with this program, more with this fear. You need to stop that. You need to stop this programming. Stop all these people telling you and all that stuff on social media. It's time now to live yourself and come from yourself and be your own Bible and have your own thing to say, which is your authority, your life, the way you talk about things, your own new insights that you are. And this is something that we really need to share with the world, that we need to stop the programming of children, stopping the lies. We need to hack ourselves. This is what happens when you come to
Well,
human design.
yeah.
You need to reprogram yourself from the beliefs that you have. We believe Jesus was ever born. We believe that we're living on a board. I don't want to lose you guys now, but we believe so many things. We believe the pharmaceutical industry is going to help us. These are all beliefs, and we
Well,
believe.
so much
We
of
are not
our
here to program our children with that. The
right.
children are looking at us. Why are you going? Why are you running around? What's the story here? I have my story. I have my story to bring to you. Please listen to me. And this whole school is just horrible. So by
Yeah.
this, on this note, I like to invite all the mothers and children of the world to get free education plus free healthcare. It's the best healthcare you can ever get, to say that. But yeah, it's really like that. And that's the beauty of
Yeah.
human design. It shows you your health map. And for children, it's the most important thing not to be programmed anymore. We need to
Yeah.
stop this programming and be open for them and let them come with something new and let them teach us and give us the upgrade that they have. So this whole corona thing is the best thing that ever could happen. We only need to start making our own decisions and maybe some demands to say,
Well,
hey, you
because
want me to go back to do things for you? I like free energy. I like cars and water. You know, what are these beliefs that that's not possible? We need to go to a new world of truth and trust, and we're very far away from that.
and this is where people taking their personal responsibility to understand who they are authentically is
Exactly.
so valuable.
Exactly, and not say, okay, I can do something wrong and I can go to some church and have somebody take away my sins. We need to be responsible for ourselves. You have to understand your body is an alchemy. Your body is completely alchemy. You need to work with your alchemy. This is something you need. Everything you put into your body, everything you take is an alchemy. And you really need to look after your body and honor your body. Wake up before sunrise. Take a cold shower. All these immune systems
Yes.
are there. This is what we need to do. We need to cherish ourselves. And we need to grow a new world for our helpless children coming in. These children are going to be helpless. They don't want to run after money anymore. They don't want to think about passwords anymore. So we need to take all the money out and start a whole new system where everything is free and
Well,
new law.
this is what scares a lot of people right now is because they feel that there are these puppeteers with bad intentions,
Mm,
you know, like this pandemic and all these small businesses closing and all of this. And I've actually been around a lot of death here in New York, and it is very scary, and it does move you out of your center. And that's why I think also that human design is so important, because as a group of humans, that we are all so unique, but we have certain strategies and certain
Mm.
definitions that really feed the whole. So
Yeah.
if you can speak about, because it really,
Yes, of
I
course.
can
And
sit with you
basically,
for hours
what's
and
going
listen.
on is that we are still living in a seven chakra system where everything
Right.
has a pyramid and somebody's at the top, a president, a dictator, a king or queen, commanding people, telling people what to do. We're not here to be commanded. We're here to be asked. We're here to be invited. We're here to be treated with respect. You can ask me if I want to go to war and call these people. And these people are mental and they make mental decisions not from their body. Their body would say, I never would go there. But their mind will go there and be programmed to do that. So we're in the seven chakra world with certain leaders at the top that are here to tell us what to do. When we are nine chakras, we evaluated and we are receptive. We're not strategic anymore. We're not here to push. We're not here to go out. We're here to wait for life to come to us. And
This is
while we wait,
huge.
we work on the talents that we have. So
Right.
this is the whole change. So taking somebody's wife, stealing something. This is all initiating. It's all seven chakras. We need to be the Buddha now. We need to be in a higher self right now. We are here to create.
Yes, you're here. I see you. You're back. It's good, Lippy.
Sorry, yeah, no, this is empty
This
on the
is
phone.
high paradise situation. The
Yeah,
internet
yeah,
goes
no
up
problem.
and down.
But basically, this is the big change for humanity, and we need to stop
Right.
taking. We're all sick. We're living in an illusion to take things from the front door and kick it out through the back. It's coming
Right.
out of made slavery. It's being dumped into Africa. This is an illusion. This is not true. We are here to respond to life. We are here to react to life, respond to what the government is doing to us. And we're taking more and more and more. People need to be in their own authority and come from their own authority. So
It's
this
so
is very
funny
important.
when you say this. Oh, the camera. When you say this, it reminds me of the whole
Yeah,
crazy
come
rush to
on.
buy toilet paper and how
Okay.
people are absorbing so much. You're upside down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, okay. It doesn't work. No, no, you put it upside down. We just charged
what
the phone. Yeah.
what you just said was so humorous, because all of this about coming in the front door is all this news and all this, propaganda, and then this rush to buy toilet paper, and how going out the
Yeah,
back
and
door.
goods, Amazon, eBay, people sitting on the couch ordering stuff they don't know. You
It's
need to have,
crazy.
before you buy something, say, hey, honey, is it good for me to buy a drum set? And the wife says, hell no, there's no drum set coming in here. But do you really want to play drums? And the person would come from their authority and say, no, it doesn't feel good. And this is what everybody needs to do. Anything you have mental in your mind, you need to verify it. Do you think it's a good idea for me to go to Antarctica? Do you think it's a good idea for me? And they need to respond, this falls with my body. This is something my body really needs. And we don't need that much. We just
Yeah.
want a lot, but the body needs very little. So
Well,
verify the questions.
we want a lot, because people are really feeling empty. As a projector myself, I felt like, when I was a child and growing up, that, oh, what kind of job are you doing? How much money are you making? What kind of career could you get to
Now,
feel secure?
people are lost in their not self and they don't
Exactly.
know who they are. And they try to fill it up with all these things that are not them. And they
Right.
never get to a certain point of satisfaction.
Right.
I ask many times in my work, what's your passion? And the people
Right.
say, well, I don't have a passion. I'm like, seriously, you don't have a passion? There's nothing you really like? I'm very passionate about drums. I've been drumming my whole life. I was very famous as a DJ. I love that work, it was my passion, music, music, music. And somebody else says, I have no passion. I say, what do you mean? Give me 5 minutes and I want to play music. Now I'm doing other stuff. I'm doing human design and healing. But yeah, people don't have their passions. And this is what human design shows you, your talent, your passion, and to work with that. Because we're addicted to what we're not. We're running after things to fill it up. Let me fill up those open spaces. Let me see how interesting. No, I'm not interested in myself. No, 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 no. I know myself. I know who I am. I want to fill it up with other people. And this is the
Right.
genes. And you got to figure out the gene game. What's going on with the genes, and why am I running after these genes?
Well, that's also the point that I'd like to go into. How people with empty centers, people that are
Mm.
feeling a lot, the empathetic people, the compassionate people that, are the ones that others go to express their pain and to, move through these tough times. A lot of people are, my clients are writing to me and saying, wow, I'm having such bad nightmares. I'm feeling so much of the collective. So
Mm-hmm.
in your practice of human design, see if you can just put the camera somewhere that it can just stay there so you don't have to hold
Yeah,
it
I
with you.
know. It doesn't really stay anywhere. Okay,
Okay?
there we go.
So that people can understand that this time to go within is really the most valuable. That you take time to be quiet, to listen to what arises. Can you speak to
Well,
that?
people need to be staying in their satisfaction. And this is what I tell everybody who gets into human design. Do little things. Do things that are good for your body. Nourish your body. Give yourself all the love. Use your body as a temple. Do little things. Work in the garden. Make a little music. Make a little sound. Draw something. Do all these little things all the time. And this makes you satisfaction. And as soon as you see you're not liking it, you're frustrated by it, change it. See if you can change it, move on, let it be. So many people come to me, they say, oh, I'm struggling so much in my relationship and I'm working on it and I'm working on it. That's the seven-centered world where we work on that. The nine-centered world says easy is right. If things are easy, they're supposed to happen. You're not here to work on certain things. If it doesn't feel good, if it's toxic, get out, start something new, go somewhere else. You're not here to fix everything. You're here
Right.
to be good. This is the biggest mantra, and the most important thing you want to learn from me or hear from me today is that easy is right. And this is the mantra we use in human design. Life needs to be easy. We need to do things with love. And if it's not easy, if there's resistance, human design teaches you a life without resistance. If you wait and you let life come to you, there is no resistance. So we want things to flow, and everything needs to flow. So you need to find your flow, and you need to be in your own flow, finding satisfaction. And whatever that is that you find satisfaction with, this is your thing. And this is what we try to do. And not do things you don't want to do. And really be focused on yourself
Right.
and whatever brings you pleasure and what's good for you and how you feel good.
So we're moving out of a place of hustle to alignment.
Yes, we're moving out of a place from struggle and everything is so difficult to go up the river. We're going to go down the river now.
Mhm.
Very simple.
And, also something, I mean, for myself as well, being invited to Brazil and getting to know different communities and around the world, communes and places. And, people write to me, especially these past few weeks, saying, oh, what's a good commune? I want to leave the city. I want to disappear. I want to go here. I want to go there. I say, you know what? All the places I've been to, I haven't found one community yet that really was harmonious, where everyone knows their role and there was not this hierarchy and people
Mm-hmm.
really working together. And that's what inspires me incredibly for the work of human design, is that I really feel that it's a map for
Yeah,
humans to relate. So can you get into like how a community, the how a society can benefit from living our true defined strategies?
it's the story of love and peace and trust, where we're all going to work together as one big happy family. And all the other people who are in power and want to be controlled and have egos, they're not into that. But everybody has a specific thing to do. The reflectors need help. If you know reflectors, support them. They're not here to work. They're not here to do all that. I haven't seen one generator ever coming to me say, "Hey, do you need any help? You're a reflector, right? I'm making all this money. Do you need something?" To really work together, to really
Right,
see. You have to understand, we as non-energy types, reflectors and projectors, we're here to guide those people. We're not here to work.
right,
So all this other thing about work, it doesn't work for us. To we be pushed into our not selves to do that. And the message of human design is that we work together. And everybody has their talent. I love to educate. You like to dance. She likes to do this. She likes to do that. And to let everybody do their thing. There are
Right.
some children, they are here to be mediums. They're connected to the fifth dimension. They're completely in another area. They're talking with angels and entities and shamans and all these people. They're not here to go through the numbers and see what's going on. So there must be somebody else who does these numbers. But we need to trust that guy who does the numbers. And as long
Yeah.
as there is this competition and this
Mhm.
money and this greed and stuff, it's not going to work. So
And
this
there's
money
also,
needs to go out. Another
yeah.
point system or something like that. But really to go into this new world without these finances and this running after the money, but basically finding a world of trust where we can trust each other to do what they need to be do. And
Right.
everybody would do their job in trust and harmony. And that's the world we go to. And nobody wants that, especially the rich people or the powerful 1%, you
Well,
know?
we are going towards that. I believe
Yeah,
that,
I know.
this moment is squeezing us in order to let the cream rise to the top, to allow for these sort of visions of our future to really take hold, that it doesn't have to be robotic and dark and no air, and that we can really live from this paradise planet in a good way. And
Well, we
what
need
you
to.
were saying,
Sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, what you were
No.
saying about, like, you as a reflector, me as a projector, I want to support your work because I know that you are a big teacher, that you have a big opportunity. And I find, don't take this personal, generators out there. Or maybe, but I want generators and manifestors to understand that their work is valuable in order to support this transformation. And I know that now everyone wants to be spiritual guide and everyone wants to be helping, but we all have special ways to help.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were reading my charts like last year or something, you said
Right,
something about the fact that I don't have an ego, and I said to you, wow, many
right.
people think I have an ego.
Yeah, of course.
but but you said something that really I carried with me from that day, that the people with the ego are not supposed to be just honoring themselves all day, that they're supposed to be the ones that take
I
care
gave you
of the
the
whole.
example of Donald Trump. Yeah. In human
Oh,
design, we have the ego chakra. It's defined or not. 30% has it defined, 70% has it open. Our friend Donald Trump has it. So, yeah, he built his Trump Tower with his golden chairs. And the people of the education, the school teachers or the nurses in the hospitals, they didn't get paid. So, there's a certain responsibility of these people. Now, the problem is that most people that have the ego are not using it, and all the other people who don't want to have the ego, they try to prove themselves, and
right.
they are basically trying to do that work that they're not. It's everything not self. The more you look into this work, the more you will see that people are not living their design. So if the real tribal leaders and the tribal warriors and the tribal people that are here to look after us would get up, they are the ones to help us. And yeah, they're still in the seven-centered world where we basically do our own thing. But yeah, you have to understand the whole economy that they want to keep going. It's over. It's done. All the money is not real anymore. The economy of America, to talk about you guys, it's been a joke. The only money they make money with is wars and vaccines and trafficking.
Right. Hmm.
But that's not a real economy anymore. So we have to see what's going on with the world, and we need to reset the world in harmony, in truth, in trust, and basically all these rich people, they can show their money and just turn the world upside down or not. But this is
Yeah.
what needs to be done. And the more we feed into the economy and the 1%, it's not going to work. Things should be free. We should have free energy. We should have free water. Then I can be a reflector. You can be a projector. Now I'm worried about the bills and running after the money. I can never be myself. So this is what we need. We need a shift into truth. and these old people that are being going after our money. I'm not calling any names, sir. There's no names here to be said. But
I can't.
basically, you know,
It's
these people, I
backwards.
don't talk about them, you know, they're very dangerous people, but they just want to get richer and richer when there's so many other solutions out there, you
Yes.
know. But we're not talking about that. I won't want to disturb this story. But yeah, this is the story how it is. So yeah, we're watching this movie and we need to step into our authority right now.
And
This is
what do
very
you think
important.
is, what do you think for each of the designs, for each of the profiles, what is the
Right.
most important? Because I did ask people that wanted to join us today
Uh-huh.
to get their profile if they haven't done it already.
Uh-huh.
And I do hope that people make private lesson with you also to learn more because I'm happy always to support your
Mm-hmm.
work. And what could you say, like in a community situation for people that are just learning about human design, the reflector, the manifester, the manifesting generators, generators,
Mm-hmm.
projectors, how best would you see
This
us
community
coming
unfold
together?
to work
Yeah.
together, yeah. Yeah, I think it's time now that we really start to find our own people that are conscious, that are awake, that are aware, and start making our own communities now in little hubs where people come together and really are aware and growing our own food and doing all our thingies and yeah, doing certain energetic work. And yeah, the manifestors are in a role right now that, you know, we don't need another Dubai. We need to save the children in Africa. So they're actually generators without sacral center and energy, because whatever they want to manifest, it we need to manifest cars on water or stuff like that, which is a response, and we don't need new things. Or you want to go to another continent somewhere else, but we're not going to talk about that today. But that would be interesting. So that would be the thing. So they also become receptive and responding to the world. And you saw Ra, who was our great manifestor, who brought this new teaching to the world. He brought a message. They're here to inform. So if you're a manifest, it's very important you inform people through any kind of way. So that would be their power to inform new things. I think human design was channeled by him, and I know exactly how it went. But I think there's so much more to be channeled. We have health. We are here to heal with light, with sound, with touch, with aromatherapy, with plant medicine. All the plant wisdom of all the world needs to come together. This needs to be channeled. People need to receive that. We don't need ketamine or LSD or whatever the story is. So we need to sit with that and do that. This is something I'm very much interested in, to work on that healing part. I'm more of a healer than I am a reader. And I see human design as a health map. It's your health map. It's completely, I have nothing but problems with pharmaceutical companies and politicians all around the world being sponsored by these people. So I'm in this story already 15 years fighting the pharmaceutical babies. But yeah, it's really here for us to step into the power as generators and really know what they love to do and let them do their thing and be their superstars in their thing. And yeah, let them do that. I think it would be important for projectors to yeah, really learn to slow down and to really fall into their own frequency and let them be projectors and let them do that work. And basically, the most important thing is that generators need to understand that they need to find a projector whenever they're stuck or frustrated and find that person that he hooks into. I did an introduction once in Ibiza. It was called Satisfaction Night. This is what I like to announce worldly now. It's basically a place where generators and projectors come together. Manifestors are also there. But what I do is that I invite all the projectors to the stage. And all the projectors are on the stage, and all the generators are in the room, and the manifestors as well. And basically, every generator can come forward and tell their problem, whatever they have or whatever the issue is. Their map is being shown on the wall. And I have my team of reflectors and projectors standing there, and I would say whatever I think about the problem as my reflector thing, and then I would invite every projector to talk about these generators and give a certain insight. And then when the whole room is basically served, after that, I would like to make a break and give everybody the opportunity to sit together.
Mm,
And every generator will find its own projector that he resonates with. And they
mm,
will hook into somebody else. And this hooking into somebody else This is a click that every projector and generator have together, and this is the click you have with all your friends and all your students. And out of that click, you start to grow on. And it's not about learning books or doing sessions or that. No, there is this chemistry where the generator hooks into the projector, and this is something that is so practical. It's
Hmm.
logical, works, and all the be help by their projectors. And this is something we would do in our community, that we really make sure that this connection is there between these two types, that this is really flowing, and that yeah, the reflectors, I got some ideas for a mystical school for you, reflector friends. So yeah, that's a whole different story where I'm very much interested. I would like to invite you. Of course, we have our social distancing right now, but penta meditation, sitting in five people and finding out this kind of sacred geometry. This is my passion. This is what I received. Making big Buddha fields with that, wherever you can do this, whatever you can practice, and bring in the whole new light. Don't think about the
Well,
1%. Don't think about the seven chakras. Don't think about all this stuff, but bring in the new energies, bring in the new frequencies. Be open to receive this light. Bring this light into your body. Fill your light up with all this light. And this is basically how we change the frequency on this planet, by really being more light with ourselves and with the right people around us. And this is kind of stuff I would like to work with, apart from the school, which is not a school, it's an educational playground, and the children come to play, and that's all they do. And if they want to study something, they can find some teacher or some master. So it's important that you guys start to live your design, so you are masters, so you can pass by the school and say, hey guys, this is my design and this is what I do. Is there anybody else here that got my design? And say, well, that guy and she's got your design, so why don't you talk to them? Okay, great. And the child's going to listen to you, and you be the master in your design, and the child's going to be, I want to be like this. I
yeah,
want to be like this person. This is my teacher. This is my one and only. And that's important, that you start to live your design and you
it's
become
so,
yourself and you
oh,
become an
totally.
example. Monkey see, monkey do there.
Hmm.
Monkey see, monkey do. All
I
these people
love,
and parents that are at home right now on their cell phones doing nothing, please, that's not a kind of example you want to give to your children. Do something, be active, do sports, do go into the garden, show them what is right,
yeah. And get your
and be the
children's
example.
chart done also. I think that this is huge. Like I've seen my goddaughter getting her chart. I've seen other children in our community having their
It's
chart done.
mandatory.
It's mandatory.
A
Well,
human design chart is mandatory to
yes,
know who your child is, how, what the
yes,
talents are, and the diet is the most important. I have my
yes.
website, Human Design Diet. The whole world comes there. There's one diet, people can only eat one thing. All the people in
I'm
India
that
eating
person.
mixed food. All the people in India eat mixed food. So the lunch is
I
mixed,
know.
the dinner is mixed, the breakfast is mixed. These people are falling apart. There's millions of babies dying right now at the moment all around the world, but mostly in India, and they need to eat one food. And I went there and I tried to help them, but they're stuck in their conditioning. They cannot
Well,
eat one thing at a time.
our
So it's very painful,
cultures,
my work. I'm very
yeah,
serious.
our cultures have really manipulated us. We're all recognizing that more and more, that as comfortable as our societies are, they have really stifled our personal growth. I know myself, I had to leave my culture in order to truly be myself. And
Mm.
I love your passion about the children and about pregnant women and
No,
how
it's
to
not a
really.
passion, it's a curse. No, seriously. You know, if
Well, I
I
know
hear
it
these
make you a
babies
little
crying
crazy
all day,
sometimes.
I hear these babies crying. Everybody, I'm going crazy. Why are these babies crying? Everywhere I hear everybody farting. It smells so bad. You know, everybody's not following the design. So I just give you your design so you are healthy. So I'm in a better space. That's why I do it. No, it's really, you know, if you really want to do human design, it's a call. And I've been seeing this in the last 17 years of all my students that I have. I'm not teaching any generators. Sorry, it was a big problem. I got other studies for you. Okay, I got some real interesting studies for you. But my projectors and reflectors all around the world, you know, they're really really happy, and I'm preparing them. I'm making them ready to get this going and to do this with. But oh, now I lost the story. Okay, sorry about
Yeah,
that. But
no, but it's very important, this work that around the children because, of course, they
Okay, yeah,
are.
no, it's a curse. So yeah, I was really talking to do this. I never thought I would do human design. I've been a DJ for many years. My mother was a yoga teacher. So I've been taught a lot by all the stories. I've always been educated. I didn't know I was doing human design. I didn't ask for it. They just took me and said, "Hey, you got to go to Bulgaria and bring human design there." I brought human design to Bulgaria, 50 people, everybody crying. Look at the Facebook right now. There's a big revolution coming from Bulgaria just
Yeah.
today. Everybody's on the street. So, I've been taking for this. I never thought I would do this. And I was chosen to do this. I had my own little story with some sort of energy telling me I needed to educate the world. And I've been trying to do this now for such a long time, finding people that really want to work with children.
Yeah.
And it's so
Well,
difficult.
I one of the other very, very special inspirations in my life is a woman named Deva Dwaba. And
Mm,
she inspires me so much because she has an orphanage in India, in Rishikesh, with
hmm.
over 40 children, and really educating them in a full human way to touch all the different parts of them. And so I would love to connect the two of you
Sure.
so that maybe you can do the designs for the kids and to help them.
But if they're orphans, it's usually difficult to find the birth time,
Ah, it's true.
right?
True.
But we have
Well,
mediums, so we need mediums on our staff that can just channel the time or the
okay,
date.
well,
I've done that before.
we're gonna connect all these magic people because we
But
need.
basically, it's really simple. It's not like we need schools anymore. All you need to do is make sure that your child does what he likes to do. Point, finish. No more programming, no bullshit. Just let them do what they love to do and let them do that. I assure you, when the child starts at 7 years, by the time it's 17, it's a master. It went like a Harry Potter school or X-Men and all these stories. This is what we need to do. Just
This is
focus on the talents. That's
I
it.
love that you say this
And
because
bring out the talent.
so much
Right.
of our culture is about training children to be plugs in the system.
You
And
cannot train anything. All these
exactly.
people, they have a talent and they go to a course to learn something like Tantra. I've been to these Tantra workshops. All these people that go there, they have nothing of their Tantra channels. You have Tantra channels between your sexuality and your heart. I just went to a spiritual center. I find nothing but completely sexual beings there. They're completely sexual. They always have sex, and all of a sudden, they in their mind they think, "Let's become spiritual and do this." I all the spiritual centers in India, you find people that are nervous, that have a nervous thing, and they want to meditate. So everybody doesn't accept themselves, and they like to work on something they don't have, and this is
Well,
completely off.
this
It's
is
a waste
something.
of time.
Yeah, I love that you say this because this is something that you and I have spoken about personally, how the fact that you mentioned earlier, you are a reflector. So you are the smaller group, right? You're the
Yes,
most, what is it? Like
1%.
1%.
We are the
So
1%.
you are the
That needs to rule.
1%.
That needs to rule. I'm not interested in myself. I don't want anything. Please give me
Right.
some organic food and a glass of water. If you're healthy, I'm happy. If you're doing
Exactly.
things good, I'm happy. But it's
And
not
this is
about
what's
me.
happening.
And that's the leadership we need. The same as you as a projector are also here to lead. Because it's not about you, it's about them. We need to fix them. If they're healthy, I'm healthy.
This is
This is
why
our
we're doing this.
prototype. So
Do
that
you
makes good
understand?
leadership.
Yeah,
If
I've
there should
actually
be leaders, it's mostly advisors, or
advisors.
people with ideas to
Mhm.
make it more happy and
Well,
joyful. But this is where we need to go, a joyful life, a happy life,
right.
you
Well,
know?
this guidance, because we don't have our own energy, right? So maybe you can
Well,
get
it
into,
depends. Let's talk about projectors. Reflectors take in the transit, so it's a different story. We always get this powerful energy charged up. But yeah, projectors don't have consistent energy. So it's very important that the energy that is around us is healthy. If these people are frustrated, like the whole world is, we taking in this frustration and amplify it. And it becomes very uncomfortable for us and it makes us sick. So we need the world to be healthy. If the world is not healthy, we become sick. So that's why we're so much focused on doing the good thing for other people and making sure that the whole system works better, if
So
there
it's
has to be
so
a
much
system.
about people coming out of our selfish needs, like we're taught this individualism that I have a fancy this, or I have comfort here, and I have this there. But it doesn't matter because we are feeling everyone in our community. Doesn't matter how high is your fence,
Yes,
you are
exactly.
feeling your neighbors.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
can you speak about the relationship between when people, for example, a generator? I have a lot of generator, manifesting generator clients and
Mm.
friends. I've been noticing because now I'm asking everyone that I know to get their chart done so that
Mm.
we can see
Of
how
course,
we
that's
can
how
fit
you work with
together.
people.
Yeah.
Basically, anybody that's working with people, doesn't matter if you do a retreat or you do a ritual, especially if you work with Iboga or Bufo Alvarius, the body really needs to decide if it's healthy for you to get into such kind of experiences, especially it's most of the time peer pressure. So, and if you work with retreats, you need to know the diet. So many times I give the diet to everybody and then they end up sick in their retreats because they didn't do it. So if you really want to work with people, you need to know the design. This is how we start. This is how it all goes. And everybody is unique and everybody is different. Sorry,
Okay.
technical stories here.
Oh, by
I
the
had this
way,
beautiful
you,
thing. So, but to tell you one thing, if you work with generators, the the real thing for generators is to get out of your mind into your body. This is the whole trick. Very easily said. Hey guys, we're going to get out of our minds into our body. It's the most difficult thing ever. They
yes.
always keep on talking. But to
Yeah.
get out of your body, it would be really good, of out of your mind, sorry, into your body, to stop talking, because thank you for talking. I think we're here to be telepathic as
Me
nine
too.
centered beings. We don't need to talk anymore. We don't understand each other completely. Every time you talk, you need to analyze this mentally in your story and do that whole story. If you don't talk, you get into your body. You don't need to analyze anymore. If you respond to every sound you hear, let's say, I hear a bird now. A bird. Or, oh, that's very bad. Or something happens on Facebook. And to really feel your belly. I'm living in Brazil. Everybody's going, It's the easiest reading you will ever do. If I do this in Germany or with Americans or English, there's so much conditioned in their mind. They can make this sound like nah. What is nah? Nah, nah. It's a million things here in Brazil, but it's a response from our bodies. So really coming from your body and feeling that. It's not with all generators. I know some people manifesting generators, very powerful. They don't make these sounds. Some generators, emotional, they also don't have it. But try that. Try to feel your body. Try to do things to feel that. And also for emotional people, that if somebody says something to you, what is your reaction in your body? What muscle are you using? When it's a yes, that you open, expand, or it's a no? What are you doing with your body? This is important to study.
This is
Not the
huge.
books, not other things, but your
Yeah.
body. What are the
Yeah.
reactions in your body? What do you feel in your body? How do you come from your body? What kind of sounds does your body make? And then if somebody comes to you and they offer you something and your body says, pop, and your mind says, oh my God, I want to say no, 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 but my body says yes. That's where you're in the right place. That's where you're supposed to go. And
So
maybe that
maybe,
first thing will not be your best. You just
right.
go to a place that isn't correct and it isn't perfect, but there you meet somebody else who will take you to the right destiny.
Well, it's a lot about trust, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're so involved with this outer world giving us um, our direction.
Okay. Hello, New York.
Celebrate
This,
New York,
you
brother.
know what this means? Not yet. We're not yet there, guys. Not yet. Almost. Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I like my hair more.
when you
Yeah.
speak about generators,
Yeah.
taking off the head, like I do
Mm.
this a lot in my dance classes, no matter
Mm-hmm.
who is there, to come out of your head and lift the heart, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when we lift the heart, we're open a lot to the pain and the suffering, and people work a lot
Of course.
with non definition because they're trying to protect themselves,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Subpersonalities.
Say that again.
Subpersonalities.
what is sub-personalities in relative to human design?
Well, basically, it's certain behaviors out of you, it's certain personalities that you've been re-rolling your own movie through and talking about that. This is your sub-personalities that
So
are in you that you
this
need
is
to
like
talk to. Hey,
old,
hello, stop
right,
doing and stop sabotaging me,
right. So this is a great
which
point.
comes from conditioning.
Right. So conditioning leading to old stories that we repeat over and over again, which control our potential, right?
Yeah.
So I see that some people have been writing if you would go into a little bit more of each design. So maybe you can say like reflector, when a
Each design,
reflect,
how many days you got? Yeah.
yeah.
No, every
No, no,
type you
just
mean. You're
look,
confusing design and type. Yeah, it's type. It's
type,
every
type.
type. Every type.
Thank
Yeah.
you. The
Type,
type.
type. Yeah.
So this we will do more of these because you know I just love um,
And I'm
listening to
entertaining.
you.
Yeah. Prima donna.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how for example, the reflector. If the reflector is in their power, they are this way. If the
Mm.
reflector is out of their power, they are this way.
Yeah. Super
Show us
slaves.
for each one.
Ra always said generators are slaves and the projectors and the reflectors are super slaves. We take everything to our girlfriends and boyfriends. We do everything for them and we over super slave ourselves. We slave ourselves to the max. But the story is basically that we play the game of the generator and get burned out. And this is the story of every projector. And the projectors are so smart and they know so many things and they've got their fingers in so many different pies and they do this and do this and do this. And by the time they get 50, 55, 60, all of a sudden they got 10 projects, 10 pies, and something goes wrong. And then something goes wrong. And all of a sudden everything goes wrong. And they're like, oh my God, I got so many things going on in my life and everything goes wrong. And they get burned out. And they have a partner, they sleep together, whatever the story is. So
Oh,
this is
speak
the
about
thing of
that.
the types,
Speak
and
about
the
that
thing.
also.
Yeah, and basically, well, everybody's got an open sacral center. They need to sleep alone. And this is usually very difficult in the relationship because generators like to sleep together. They can do that. But there's nothing better for your sexual life to not sleep together. You know,
For
when you had
all of
really
the signs. For all of
anybody,
them.
yeah,
Mhm.
anybody. It's the gene game. It's not I love you and you love me. No, if you don't sleep together, basically what happens is that you sleep by yourself and your genes get to restored in their own selfness. So when you wake up as yourself and the other person wakes up as yourself, you have this kind of meeting that you had when somebody was away for 2 weeks and all of a sudden you have really good sex. You can have this every day because these genes are next to each other all night. They're saying, well, I know that material, I'm not interested anymore. And if you have somebody with an open sacral, they're tired. And I lost a lot of loves like that. I had a beautiful woman and I just got tired from her. I didn't know it was a reflector. And in the end, I said, listen, I don't want your energy anymore. Genetically, I'm not interested into you anymore. So it has to do with the genes. And the genes want to see something that you're completely not. So if you have somebody that sleeps yourself and you sleep yourself and you go over there, wow, it's like you were on a holiday every day. And you can have that every day. You have to understand we are being programmed by neutrinos. This neutrino stream of consciousness is going through all of us and through all the planets, and it's just upgrading us. We don't need to do rituals, we don't need to do meditation, we don't need to do mantras. We just need to be ourselves in a good energy and satisfied to absorb this new consciousness, these new neutrinos that are going through us. And this happens also at night when we sleep. The program keeps going. There's a dream wave going on. You're taking in certain things. You have certain dream patterns. So if somebody's laying next to you and they did something during the day, you absorbing that into your body. And whatever you did, you dump that in the other person. So we're just destroying our bodies at night with the person laying next to us with whatever we did during the day. And this is very confusing. We cannot take the neutrino stream in exactly anymore. I turn off the electricity at night. I turn off the Wi-Fi at night. I've been living in caves in Ibiza. I was living in Alto Paradiso here in the national park for 2 years. So I've been in isolation already 2 years by myself. So for me, this is already too much, this whole quarantine, how many people go there. So, and it's really about us honoring our auras, honoring our bodies, and not having this electricity, not having this Wi-Fi going into us, and sleeping alone in your own aura, and taking in this programming at night from these neutrinos that come into your body, and let yourself be upgraded. And then in the morning you wake up and say, hey, come over here, let's go do something. And then you have the energy for it. Then this attraction is there. And it works for everybody. And when you sleep alone, you have your story. The other one has their story. So you start to get to live each other's lives. And you have your life, the other one has their life, and you are on a mission. You're supposed to go somewhere, the other one is supposed to go somewhere. All of a sudden, you're sleeping together, and these lives get intertwined. And all of a sudden, you get conditioned by the other person, their incarnation cross, whatever it is, and you basically condition them about their story. So what happens is you're not living your own life anymore. You're living something just of the two of you that is going somewhere, which has nothing to do with you and not with your partner. And the more you sleep together, the more it works. Especially in families, you can see it during the dinner table. I remember that from my family when I was young. Everybody was talking out of their own incarnation crosses or borrowing it from the other. Because we are family, we work together, we influence, we're conditioning. So it's so easily to get lost in these other people. These parents living out designs from children, these children living out designs from their parents. Because if you're not aware and you're not conscious, you get lost in these identities or karmas or missions, talents from these other people and the
Right.
genes. And that's helped mostly when you're sleeping.
And this comes back to your point about being in your own space
Yeah,
in quiet.
yes.
So for
You
every
can add
type,
music if you want.
okay, also music, of course.
I like music. Where's the
Yeah,
music?
we need music.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
do.
and
Other people not.
as an introduction for a lot of people, because as much as I feel like human design has gotten popular throughout the years, I mean, the first time I heard about it was maybe 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like every year more and more, and now um, you can go just and get your human design for free
Right.
online, and there's a
Yes.
lot of people now reading and like this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you have to understand it was growing with him, huh? He didn't know what he was doing. He had a channeled voice, the 4323. He was just going to
Ra,
class, say, hey guys, I don't know what we're going to do today, but like a machine gun. He was
you're
talking to the
speaking.
station.
Wait. You're speaking about Ra, the guy
Raya.
who.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe you can give, because it's a lot of information. Maybe you can give a little introduction also to about Ra, and we're gonna close in like 2 minutes. So you
Okay.
can give a little quick something, and then we'll say goodbye for now.
Well, actually, Ra was really chosen to do this work. He was overfallen. He was taking a lot of drugs in those days. There was a drug expansion in Ibiza, and he was just receiving I Ching stories, and he didn't know what to do with it. And he was receiving more and more information with other people, and he was just channeling. And yet, the entity, the light, the whatever who wants to run the program here chose him to say, hey, you got to do this stuff. So get ready, this is the download, and you need to work with that. And while he was teaching, he was basically always channeling more information, and it was being received by him. The whole story about human design is that it's being received, and he was always receiving that. So in the beginning, I got to give credits to all the people who were there at the beginning. They really sponsored him. His classes were very expensive. To find out something new from Ra, oh, he found out the profile. Any Mongoloid can just go on the internet right now and find I don't know how many thousands of information about human design. When I
Right.
started 20 years ago, that wasn't there. And every book I had to cherish, every audio I had to cherish, everything I give as a gift. People are telling me right now, hey, give me this and give me that. I'm like, hey, I earned this stuff. You have no
Yeah.
respect for the knowledge. This is a very sacred story. So give my credos to these people at the beginning. Now everybody can buy the book and they think I'm going to be a human design analyst. Well, this is something to do with
Well,
profile. You need to be a little bit interested in other people, but
well, as
also it's a
we
gift
have
to
15.
do that.
Lippy, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to cut you off. I know we can
Okay.
speak
No
for many
problem.
hours. We have
Yeah.
like 10 seconds left, so I want to give deep respect to Ra and to all the
Yes. Big time.
spirits that have